Welcome back to the shop. I'm Kirk Anderson. Now in this week's video, I'll be setting up my new Onefinity CNC machine. Now for anyone that's familiar with Onefinity, you know it's a very new company. They've only been out for about a year now. Now, I've been wanting a CNC machine for a while now, and in doing my research, I found that the Onefinity really delivers on what I want. Now, there are other fine CNC machines out there, like the X-Carve or the Shapeco, that are basically in this price range. But I went with the Onefinity for a few reasons. First of all, it's really easy to set it up. And another reason is, in a small shop like mine, I wanted to have it folded up when it's not in use, and this will not affect the Onefinity at all, being stored vertically. Now it comes in 3 boxes, and they're not that heavy, but they're awkward, so it'd be nice to have a second person to carry them. And once you unbox them, this is what comes in the boxes. The only thing I was missing initially was the touchscreen display control panel, as that was on back order. Now it did take a while to get that, but they actually upgraded me from a 7-inch to a 10.5-inch touchscreen when I did get it. Now I'm not going to go totally in depth on setting this machine up, as Onefinity has an excellent video you can watch on doing that. But you start out by putting down the left and the right rails, and it doesn't matter which one you put on each side, as both of them are identical. You set them up basically where they're going to be, and then you put the Z crossbar on. That's so you know exactly where it's going to be, and then you just drive a screw into the front of each rail. Now you do this with the cross rail all the way to the front. And once you drive the screws in, then you just push the cross rail to the rear, and this will automatically make the rails parallel. And then once the rail is to the rear, then you can drive the screw into the rear leg of the rails. Then once you're satisfied where it's at, you can drive the rest of the screws in. Now once the left and right rails are secured, now you can put the Z-axis in. And it comes fully assembled. All you have to do is bolt it on. And then the router just slips right on in there. Now they recommend a Makita router because it is built for this specific router. So that's what I went with. And the next thing I did was I secured the control unit on the box that the table is attached to. And the touchscreen control panel finally came, so I installed that, and I'm putting that up on the wall. The bracket is designed to be attached to the machine itself, but I didn't want it on the machine, so I attached it onto the wall. It's just a matter of plugging in all the cords and turning it on, and that's the screen that comes up on the control panel. Now, I did purchase a couple of accessories, and one of them was the dust collecting boot. And again, this is real simple to install. Now, I actually have this set up not directly to my central dust collector. I have a shop vac that is dedicated to just the CNC machine. And I have the hose going up and out of the way. The arm that the hose is attached to was also made specifically for this machine, but I did not attach it to the machine itself. Now the next thing I did, needed to put down a spoil board. That's one of the things that people seem to have an issue with, is the machine does not come with its own spoil board. So you have to make one, which is real simple. I just used some T-track and then some 3/4 MDF and made my own spoil board. The first T-track was just placed directly in the center, and then I cut a couple of pieces of MDF at 8 inches and then just secured those down to the table. And of course the T-track rails, that's to use stops, that's so you can secure the pieces to the spoil board when you're routing them. And of course, I made sure I countersunk quite deeply the screw holes for the pieces of MDF to make the spoil board. Well, that's it. This CNC machine from Onefinity is ready for operation. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I am going to flatten the spoil board, and I'm going to put a grid on the spoil board. And I may have a video upcoming on that pretty soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, all you woodworkers out there, just get out there and cut some wood.